What you saw were just a few techniques we practiced in Taekwondo. My daughter and I have trained in martial arts on and off for many years. And just like any skill, becoming proficient in martial arts takes time and dedication. I understand that not everyone has the time or physical ability to train seriously, especially as we age and lose some flexibility. That is why the main focus of this video is to demonstrate a few simple hand and kicking techniques that most of us can easily learn on our own for self-defense. Note, to be effective in a self-defense or combat situation, there are three key things you need. Number one, power, which is how much force you can deliver. Second, reach, which is how far you can strike. And third, speed, or how quickly you can react. The good news is that with proper technique, all of these can be developed. Now let's start with a fighting stance. We also call the back stance. This stance helps you to be in a ready position to strike or to defend against an attack. To make this stance, your feet should form an L shape if you look straight down. The distance between your feet should be roughly shoulder width apart, with the front to back distance slightly wider than your shoulder. Both legs are bent with your upper body weight shifted towards the rear foot. Next, let's practice moving back and forth, and it is important to always maintain the same posture to be ready at all times. There's also the front stance, which offers a more solid base for powerful strikes. However, it is less maneuverable. Again, your feet should be shoulder width apart, with the front foot pointing straight ahead and the rear foot angled at about 45 degrees. Your front leg should be bent enough that you can see your front foot when looking down, and balance your weight between both legs to maximize stability. Now let's move on to hand strikes, starting with a jab. The jab is a quick strike but doesn't usually generate much power. In contrast, a straight punch or rear hand punch can deliver knockout power, though it takes longer to reach the target due to the greater distance it travels. Switching between these stances smoothly is crucial. So let's practice transitioning between them. Starting from a back stance, step your front foot to the side and pivot your rear foot at a 45-degree angle. Rotate your upper body 180 degrees, transitioning into a front stance to deliver two punches. You can also transition quicker into a front stance by pivoting your front foot, but this offers slightly less stability. Note, maximum power can only be generated when everything occurs simultaneously. In other words, my front foot landed at the same time my fist reached the target, with all of the momentum and the weight carrying forward. In a combat situation, the goal is to stay out of your opponent's reach, moving to strike quickly when an opportunity arises, and retreat just as fast. Blocking is a key component of Moo Duk Kwan Taekwondo training. For it to be truly effective, however, it must also serve as a counter-strike, not just stopping the attack, but deflecting the opponent and preventing their next move. Next, let's move on to kicking technique. Front kick is one of the easiest kick to learn because it requires less flexibility than other kicks. From a back stance, lift your front leg as high as possible, kick straight out, and quickly retract your leg before placing it back down, preparing for the next move. Now, let's focus on a rear leg kick. From the back stance, pivot on the ball of your front foot while rotating your upper body 180 degrees, simultaneously kicking with your rear leg as your body moves forward. When delivering a kick, striking with the ball of your foot provides greater reach but less impact, whereas using the heel generally is much more force, though it has a shorter range. One final point. Our hands and feet are our primary weapons, and just as important as mastering technique is conditioning them to be effective. Start by practicing strikes on a target and gradually toughen these weapons over time. Focus on delivering all of your force through your two knuckles, as concentrating power into a smaller contact area greatly increases the pressure felt by your opponent. Also, pay attention to your hip action. Rotating your upper body as you punch not only extends your reach but also generates more force. When striking, keep your body relaxed, tensing only just before making contact with the target. Ensure your strike lands perpendicular to the surface to prevent slipping, which can lead to hand or knuckle injuries. Open hand strike to the neck or vulnerable areas of the neck or the head are also effective in close combat. Again, lock your arm to your body and use your hips to deliver the strike with greater force. Note, in Moo Duk Kwan Taekwondo, we also focus in blocking techniques where it can be a strike against an attack. Therefore, conditioning to harden our arm is just as important. As you can see, these are straightforward techniques that most people can learn for self-defense, and they can be very effective if applied correctly. I hope some of you will consider joining us to start learning. Even if self-defense isn't your goal, the health benefits alone are worth it.